Steve, Jamal Lascelles has just been in and called that performance terrible, unacceptable. What did you make of it?
It was probably a bit worse than that, if I'm being brutally honest. It was totally acceptable, and we've got a following of supporters who've come in their thousands, and to hear them and the way they reacted to the team is typical of them. But we've got to give them something more to shout about than that, because it was, okay, the red card changes the game, but after that you need to show a little bit more desire and a bit more hunger and a bit more spirit amongst you. Yes, the second goal's a mistake and the third goal's a wicked deflection, and then it is a tough afternoon, and that's when you need to see what you've got, when things are going against you. And certainly we didn't do enough. It was one of them horror shows.
Actually, did you have a chance to take the lead in the match? You were talking about it in your press conference. The team that scores the first goal in Premier League matches often goes on. I know it sounds odd because you've lost 5-0, but was that a big moment, the miss from Muto?
It's a big moment. Of course, it's a big moment in the game, a big chance, and we haven't taken it. But, we can't keep going back to things like that. Of course, they're game-changing. We know that, but, overall, in the 90 minutes, you've got to take part in the game, no matter what the circumstances are. And today, we didn't do anywhere near enough of the basics, and then it was one of them when you have to really dig deep. We didn't do enough.
Isaac Hayden looked like he felt he was hard done by with the red card. Having seen it back, is it clear to him and you that it is a red card?
I think when he looks at it, I think I've got no complaints of maybe back in my day, 20, 30 years ago maybe. But in today's game, you can't follow through and be reckless, we all know. And they're the ones that really damage people as well. So I think when he looks back, he'll know that he was in the wrong.
You subbed Almir on today, subbed Joe Ellington as well. Does that tell its own story as well?
Yeah, well, I've got people on the bench who I haven't seen a lot of, or seen before. So I think it was important that we got Andy at some sort of fitness levels, at least. And Almiron I haven't seen before just yet. So, it was a damage limitation when them two were coming on. So, I've got no qualms about the substitutions.
The problems for your team, easy to spot but hard to fix: possession, keeping the ball, and to put it very simply, putting it in the other team's net.
Up until today, we've worked on our defensive organisation, and it's kept us in the game. Today, we didn't have a left wing back in particular, so we changed. But we've made it more difficult for ourselves, and of course, to win any football match, you have to create the opportunities too. So it's getting that balance right between the two, and that's one thing we'll have to work on.
It's something Rafa Benitez talked about, actually, the short blanket. You fix one end and the other end goes wrong. Is that how it feels?
Well, look, it's a bad performance. The one thing we have to do is go to work this week and put away the mistakes we're making, and give ourselves a chance in the game. We can't just go around like we did today. Otherwise, it is going to be one difficult season. So we have to do the basics well and do the basics right. And at the moment, we're not doing them.
Do you think the players threw in the towel today?
I would think that's a bit strong. It was a difficult one, as I said to you, because the second and third goal came so quickly, and that's some our afternoon up, a mistake and a bad deflection. After that it became very difficult, and they had to stay in. But some were defending, left a lot to be desired, to say the least, and it all ended up in a horrible afternoon for everybody.
Is this job? I know you knew it was going to be tough, yeah, but is it proving harder than you thought?
Listen, I always knew it was going to be tough, but I've had a tough career over the last 20 years. And when you take defeats like you have today, you have to show them what you've got, stick your chest out and come back for a bit more. And I'm hoping that the team will do the same.
Is Manchester United next almost the perfect fixture then? Big game, really hard game.
Well, we knew
lifting for that.
Yeah, we knew that we've got a really tough fixture list to start with. But the Premier League demands that you do the basics well, no matter who you're playing against. And if we don't do the basics well, certainly against Manchester, then we're in for a tough afternoon as well there. So it's one of them games where we have to go and play well, that's for sure. And we'll work hard all week to try and achieve it.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.